So as Caleb, the character who's about to participate in the Turing test, notes in this clip, creating a machine that actually passes the Turing test would be an achievement that's very, very different from any other achievement in human history. But the question is passing the Turing test a necessary or sufficient condition for having a mind? So I want to know, is passing the Turing test a necessary condition for having a mind? Or is it possible for a computer to pass the test and yet somehow still not have a mind? We also want to know, is passing the Turing test a sufficient condition for having a mind? Or is it possible for a machine to fail the Turing test and yet still be said to have a mind? So these two questions really anchor the debate about artificial intelligence and the Turing test. And this conversation has just gotten a lot more interesting and relevant in the 70 years since Turing first published this paper. We see the topic of machines having minds come up over and over again, not just in philosophy and science, but in popular culture, in movies like 2001: A Space Odyssey and Smart House, and shows like Star Trek and Westworld, which is principally concerned with whether or not machines can have minds or consciousness, and what we do if that's the case. Okay, so this topic is very interesting. It's a very small piece of philosophy of mind, which in itself is just a very small corner of this really rich and fascinating branch of philosophy, epistemology. So you're very lucky at Wichita State. You have great philosophers of science and philosophers of mind and some really interesting classes that you can take on these topics if you find this kind of stuff interesting.